Take a deep
Greetings
breath.
and salutations. Welcome to some League of Legends Season 8 action. My name is Badger. We're at long last here for a best of three between Pizza Happy Meal in the Dire and 5 above average dudes on the Radiant. My name is Badger. I am joined tonight, god damn it, this afternoon by Hobbes and Kbrk. How are you two this fine afternoon?
Um, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. It's earlier lab game than I expected.
Name, otherwise known as Kbrk, otherwise known as Kbrk, is riding high off of a Mega Creeps victory against Tint Medusa.
Not just against Medusa, but against Tint Medusa?
Yeah, he had a Divine Rapier.
That's well played. That's well played.
And he made it here just in time because there were 22 minutes late. Or plus.
True.
True.
Turns out Halberd Ethereal Blade is the way to
I'm
go.
gonna have to do more work after this series. That's not good.
More work?
I hate this job. And I'm doing it for free!
Monkey King.
And can you really call it a job?
Yeah, isn't it a passage project?
I mean, it's interesting because the way he puts it, it makes it sound like slavery.
Oh no.
We do have a Monkey King first pick, though, but a side of 5 above average dudes. Will likely be a 4 hero 4K, given that his IO's banned out. Though, obviously, the power of Monkey King is you can just flex it from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. It's just a Monkey King. Response is Snapfire. It's a hero that Pizza Happy Meal have been picking a lot this season. If anyone's curious why we're here, these two teams are tied. They had the exact same wins, exact number of series wins, and they drew 1-1 in their head-to-head matchup. Therefore, this is a best of 3 to get into playoffs potentially. Potentially. Depending on the series later tonight, this could be the one and only deciding series. If Smacktrix team, Gregory and the Cool Kids, fail to 2-0 first team all cursed, this will be the all-deciding best of 3. So, yeah, a lot on the line.
Dire lineup more.
Dire?
Yeah, they already have the OP off lane. And they picked 2 really strong heroes. Not that the Monkey King is bad, but what beats Snapfire tied in the early game, you know? Certainly not a silencer.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I do love myself some Tidehunter.
True.
This is, of course, a relatively interesting game already in that there's a lot of team fight heroes coming out here. Monkey King, Silencer, Snapfire, Tidehunter, a lot of team fight-based heroes. Not too much boring split pushing in the kits here. A lot of abilities being thrown into circles type draft here.
Yeah, I think Monkey...
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's interesting you say that because I think the way Monkey King plays, at least in this patch, is very much like split pushing the side lanes. And the power of Snapfire, I think, in this patch is also the minus armor from the E. I don't know what the name is.
What is it? Little Shredder?
Little Shredder.
Little Shredder, there you go.
And I also think it's the Little Shredder. I think minus armor was an underrated story of the TI. I think of the top 10 heroes, 7 of them interacted with armor in some way.
Yep, ET, Tide, Snapfire.
And Monkey King, he sort of interacts with armor because when you get an Orb of Corrosion and you apply it on the whole enemy team with your ultimate, it's important. But yeah, I mean, I think Monkey King is both a split pusher and a team fighter. I think it was last game. Last night there was a series with Pizza Dog, and ET basically became he was playing Monkey King, and he just became a 4th core hero. When he just had BKB ult on Monkey King, and it was really, really disruptive for 60% ult. 60% yada yada yada.
60% below average and very tilted, you mean?
Yeah, that one. So it looks like they're banning heroes that are annoying for Tidehunter mostly. I'd say Doom is definitely a good response to Tidehunter.
Yeah,
Large.
Doom Slark, they're both annoying. I think the Void is more to catch the Snapfire ulti,
Yeah.
and maybe there's worried that Radiant has a good Void Spirit player.
It's sort of like Snapfire Tide is low catch.
Yeah, of course.
And,
now they have a Jakiro, who's another hero that would suffer from the Void, because it's another low catch hero.
I feel like if I were 5 above average shoots, I'd probably just pick like Ember Spirit here.
I mean, right now, we're trying to see whether this monkey is a +4 or well, there it's now we know it's core, and it makes sense for Rubik against the Tide.
Yeah, and the Ice
all the spells are pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually just I was like, they have a lot of like good spells and also not a lot of necessarily solid catch, which is like the perfect Rubik game.
Yeah, you can just stay for Professor Ben's.
Like, most of what you have to watch for is Ravage, which is not ideal.
You know,
yeah,
I like Rubik. I like casting. Rubik is fun to cast.
Yeah, Rubik's fun to cast. It's also just going to be a monster Rubik game.
We saw it last night in the series between Pizza Dog and 60%. We saw ET playing Rubik. At a point, he was number 2 in net worth in the game, like 45 minutes in. It was some pretty legendary stuff from ET. I'm hoping that whoever's playing Rubik, probably Cud in this case, has a similar tier performance.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times especially in this patch, it's like the position 4 is like another core in a lot of games, and the like your offlaner usually gets sacked. Not entirely, but
I think it just depends on the players. But you can't have 2 farming offlaners. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I liked Dyer's draft a lot until they picked Jakiro. I like Jakiro a lot, but
I don't like the Jakiro at all.
I think they should have gone. I should have been boring and picked like Bane or something.
I don't know. I think the Jakiro is just to have some additional tower push and to win the safe lane, but I think there's just a lot better heroes in the position 5 right now than Jakiro.
So they've decided, you know what? We see this Tide off lane. We'll put the Monkey King farming safe lane, Silencer 5, Rubik 4, Mars 3.
That's right.
It's interesting, but I like it a lot.
I think it's eventually like Super Monkey King favored, but Tide Hunter Snapfire can just sort of shred you level 1 if you're not careful. Level 1 and 2. Ursa into Mars, that's pretty questionable.
I mean, the Mars, he could take like twice the amount of hits as any other offlaner.
He's got 2 ways to chuck you away.
Yeah, exactly.
And
but I mean, even heroes where he can survive against Mars and Mars gets 6, ideally. Maybe that's the idea.
You can hop out of the arena. Yeah.
You can get out of the arena and you can pop and rage. You have 2 means of not dying the Mars in the lane. You see a lot of times the Mars hits 6, most safe laners have to just straight up go to jungle. Ursa doesn't necessarily have to, which might be the idea of picking, as well as being able, of course, be a good timing window hero, grab the Roshan, and so on.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I would have picked an illusion hero here on the Dire. I think it's really strong against what they have.
Yeah, like a PL probably.
Even like they banned the Terrorblade.
You're saying they banned the heroes they should have picked?
Yeah, I think they banned the heroes they should have picked instead of this Ursa.
Yeah, they're a little all in on this Ursa catching people because their other 3 heroes are super slow.
Yeah, I just don't know if the Ursa's enough to catch these heroes. You know,
they banned the Bat Rider. Okay, Bat Rider ban makes sense. Kind of. It's really good. Actually, it does. It's good against both your cores.
Yeah, it's just bad against Silencer, but you can play around that.
What is interesting is that they're of the opinion, like, all right, we need to get rid of one of these heavy jump mids. I guess that makes sense why, then. Suddenly they're putting this Luna hero into the game. That is
So it's a
So it's a Monkey King mid.
Monkey King or Mars mid, I guess.
Yeah. And how do you like the Luna into Ursa match?
Me?
Yeah, or anyone.
I think it's like the way I think about it is if usually like just straight up fighting each other, I think Ursa wins. But like usually like Luna has her whole team around her and you can sort of kite out the Ursa. And
I also think
she provides a lot of utility to the team that Ursa doesn't necessarily provide.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is I think the Luna is usually twice as farmed as the Ursa when they meet up anyways. It's kind of like Sven versus most heroes, you know? Because you have an innate farming ability.
All right.
Storm's really good.
It's
what we were saying. It's like the Ember or the Void Spirit that they banned. Yeah. Really hard to catch this hero this game.
Storm is good, but he's that hero's a little slow.
I think you need something slow because everything else you have puts you on a timer, I feel.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like Ember would be the better one because the silence from Silencer is rough, and also the Rubik has a lot of instant catch. There's actually a lot of like scary stuff for him to watch out for.
So I don't know how strong the teams are relative to each other, especially since one team is playing with stand-ins. The drafts are pretty similar, so it should be fun. But I think if they were like equal without stand-ins and all that, I'd probably favor the Dire.
Thing is, Nera is I guarantee you, as a former Nera teammate, he's a bona fide stud. He's a great carry player, so there's no need to worry there. No need to worry about Nera.
No need to worry. Yeah. I mean, I hope they just know Nera well so that the communication is good. It's it would suck to go out in a tiebreaker with someone you don't know.
100%.
It's like one thing if you go out with a stand-in who you know somewhat well, but when it's someone you don't know, it's sad.
If you are just joining us, welcome to a tiebreaker best of 3 between the 5 above average dudes on the Radiance and Pizza Happy Meal on the Dire. My name is Badger. I'm joined on this fine afternoon by Kbrk and Hobbes, both of the whatever team. And hopefully we are in for some good Dota 2. There's already a 5-man smoke from the side of 5 dudes into the Dire side tri-camp. Getting some nice happy words up.
Do you think Storm accidentally has the courier selected, or it's on purpose?
It's debate the smoke reveal.
I
think it's got to be a mistake. Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, I think it's got to be a mistake, right?
Oh, here we go. They're going to see the Tide and the Snapfire. Arcane Curse there on 2 and 3 on 2. Both of them might just die. Big time low. First Blood is drawn. They head to Smaui. That kills a little bit harder. The First Blood will go to Notorious on the Silencer. As well, a lot of damage over to Smaui on that Tide.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to do that. I'm pretty sure the Tide lane is supposed to win this lane, but after that, it's probably pretty even.
Who's it? Luna Rubik or Luna Silencer? No, I think Luna Silencer is supposed to win.
That's Luna Silencer for sure, yeah.
It has to be the Silencer.
He also got...
And now the Beast walks into 3, taking a lot of damage. The Remnants are there. They're onto the Beast. The Beast is taking a lot of damage. The Beast will go down. So it's a counter kill to Grinaldo on the Storm Spirits. It's already 2 kills, and it's not even 1 minute in.
I think, with a lot of games on Tide, I think this should be Luna favored.
They did say that it was going to be action-packed, so...
Especially, the Tide Hunter got E level 1, so now he's not going to do a lot.
Yeah, they have to go Q level 1 and just kill the Silencer immediately.
Yeah, he's just gonna stand around to get like right clicked with Lunar Blessing.
Oh, the Storm should win mid though.
Snapfire got Q level 1 too, so they're not really doing the lane the way I would expect. No flame.
Go level 2.
No flame.
Maybe they'll go level 2. I do think the Storm should win middle though.
Yeah. Right now, Fatal's having a good time though. He has 6-0 in terms of CS. He's already popped the Jingu. Should deny some creeps here under that tower as well, potentially. Maybe not.
It's pretty hard to deny, but that was impressive. He was able to get that.
Yeah, it's just, Storm versus Melee already quite good, and you got the first blood on the Storm, so...
And he was also, like, what is it? He's, like, can avoid building up the Jingu.
Yeah, exactly.
When he gets sick.
Yeah, you have... No, even before with the pull, you can avoid it. And you can kill him really quick with this.
Ooh, that is a lot of mana fighting going on mid lane. Both Fatal and Grinaldo very low. Now bottle for Grinaldo. Bottom lane though, Tide went down.
Died to the silencer Q.
Oh no, I think Fatal might be dead. No,
he's going in Grinaldo. Remnant is there. Down goes Fatal in the mid lane to Grinaldo. Grinaldo 2-0 at minute 2. Exactly what you want on Storm Spirit.
He was trying to dodge. He was trying to dodge with Mischief, I think.
Now Cookie's there, bot lane on Silencer. They're going to Scatterblast. In comes Envy, turning as well. Notorious low, big time low. Both might go down. Big time on the run. Luna is hitting. Has Beam in 5. Meanwhile, it's Smiley running Notorious. Notorious juking. Back to the big time. He's still running. Losing Beam is there. Down goes big time. Back to Notorious. He sounds. He's good. So it's now 3 kills. Or this dual lane combination in the bot lane.
That hurt to watch.
Yeah,
no Q on the Tide Hunter means they don't get the kill.
I'll tell you, when Luna was OP, I think I had like a 30% win rate on Tide Hunter versus Luna lanes. It's like really bad for Tide Hunter. Now it's not as bad because the Loosen Beam cooldown's much less, so it's not like straight toxic. But it's like one of the worst Tide Hunter lanes, I think.
I still think that Tide Snapfire is so good that you can beat it.
Yeah, no, you should beat it. You should beat it. Like, you should just get Q level 1 and then double spell. But he got Kraken Shell level 2 now.
Yeah, no.
So he's accepted that this lane is going to be super passive.
Yeah.
Which is going to enable this Luneta to get levels in her W and start Omega farming, which is going to be a problem for this team.
I'd expect in this kind of scenario for stacks to be made for the Tide, but we'll see if they happen.
Yeah, we saw earlier big times at the try camp, so it seems to be what they're doing. It's already actually no stacks.
They're ganking middle.
They're going in for Fatal right now.
I think they identify.
Is there, but it misses. Fatalist now turns to big time, but everyone's fine. Actually, a Courier will die here from Snapfire as well. Bit of a disaster there. Ward around that one. Meanwhile, Grinaldo is low. Scatterblast comes in, but dodged by the Mischief on Fatal. Lift comes in on Grinaldo on the run once again. Jingu will get popped. Bounce Truck comes in. Storm will go down. They now turn to big time. They want this kill. They probably will get it as well. Now, a bit under that tower, big time's trying to juke it. It will not matter. It's a double kill for Fatal on that Monkey King.
Dude, that was wild. That was some wild stuff from both teams.
I think it's not always easy to pinpoint something going wrong, but this was pretty easy.
Oh my god. I think you should. I just don't think you should ever really gank a Storm Spirit lane until he's level 6.
I think it's fine. I just think this is a really bad gank.
Maybe if that Cookie hits, it's a different game right now. But once it misses, it's already a lost gank.
Exactly. Once it misses, you just got it back. But they kind of kept committing and
top lane to go onto the Beast. Rebuke is there. He's trying to run away. Nara though is running forward. Needs 2 more hits. Can he find him? No, he cannot. He's not fast enough. No kill there for the Ursa Bear.
I mean, this is some straight up beast gameplay, going to Soul Ring with no way to regen his HP because he just wants to fight.
Yes, Tango.
he's ready to game. He's ready to game.
You know, I mean, he's like, fuck the meta, like, armlet build.
Storm is coming in bottom, has ulti.
And Grinaldo is there, Dara scam, they know Envy is there. Scatterblast, Ball Lightning are used, Arcane Curse comes in, but it will not matter. Envy will go down, then I'll turn to Notorious, who's trying to manfight. Gush comes in, that will be a very dead silencer. He tries to juke, it will be futile, let's kill Smelly this time. So overall, there are 2 kills thanks to that gank from Grinaldo on the Storm Spirit.
That was a really clutch gank. The problem is, though,
very necessary.
This Monkey King who had no game is about to get back into the game.
But that was because of the gank.
Yeah, but I'm saying, in general, like, the Monkey King, he was like level like 4.
Now she turned into double damage rune. No
He
way.
was level 4 when the storm was level 5, and now they're even leveled.
Yeah, of course.
It's sad.
I'm not very sure why the Rubik is still middle though, but yeah.
I think he was
You're going on the Mars top.
He appears to be A-okay. He's simply walking away from the Jakiro. There's nowhere nearby on that one.
Yeah.
You know, that might be a function of last time I came mid, it was super great. So if I come mid again, you know, they might be ganking. I don't know. Yeah. He was there with the catapult. They didn't really have any way to pressure the storm with the catapult, though.
It looks like the Ursa's going to go for the more fighting build since he went phase boots going into the Morbid Mask, so I'd expect an early Roche.
Did not go to the Beast once again. He's speared back, though, by the Spear of the Mars. Yeah. Jakiro, though, still wants his kill, but will not find it. Ka-turn, he's a Rubik. Meanwhile, bot lane, Envy taking a lot of damage. Arcane Curse is popped. Die are running forward. Ravage is committed. It's there on 2. Luna should go down here. Are there more spells? No, there's not, actually. Envy runs away. Now Ka rotates as well as Fatal. It should be a kill there on Smaui. They may turn to Big Time. He's on the run. In comes the Fatal. Has the Primal Spring. Slowing out the Big Time. Jingu will get popped. Cookie is committed. He's trying to run, but in comes Balance Strike. In comes Jingu. Down goes Big Time under that tier 1 tower. What a turnaround, but a side of 5 dudes.
Did he ran out of mana because of the silencer W, right?
Yeah. Can I just say, the MVP of that whole gank was the Mars, who as soon as his team started ganking, ran into the trees and hid the entire time.
Speaking of Mars, he's just on some wild stuff right now.
Well, it's like, I don't know why.
Didn't get ganked. What a pro.
I don't know why people pick like, why would you want to pick Mars into Ursa?
He's going in, Spear into Rebuke. One more hit, it will kill Jakiro. He will lose his life for that one, but the Beast, I'm sure, is happy with that
355. One. They have the same move speed.
Phase Boots. Urshock.
Oh, Phase Boots.
Minus Beast.
It's just, I don't know. Like,
I don't think that was worth, but it was certainly entertaining.
It was certainly funny.
It's a Beast play.
I mean, he didn't have any, what's it called? He didn't have any resources, so he gets to reset, I guess.
Yeah. That was my take on it, because no mana, no retreat. But still, giving the Ursa kill.
It's a little sad, because I think they would have, like, definitely killed this Luna if the Tidehunter had a Soul Ring in last fight. Oh my god.
100%.
That is another dead courier. I believe the 3rd courier dead this game. Might be wrong with that one. But mid lane, they're going after Grinaldo. Arena was committed, but Grinaldo simply zipped away from that one quite easily.
Yeah. That's why these spirits are so good this game. They really are lacking catch.
Now, actually, ball in for monkeying mid lane. Remedy has rotated over. The Beast is on the way, but Fatal's taking a lot of damage. Ka has arrived, but his TP is slow. Lift is available, but not used quite yet. Battlestrike comes in onto 2 onto Big Time, and Grinaldo both are low. Balling is there from Grinaldo. Grinaldo does not tank the spear. Wow. Ka wants to kill Sal, is committed. Fatal's going in as well, but nobody is dead somehow. Fatal pops Jingu under that top. Remedy still low. Now in comes Notorious. Arcane Curse is there. Remedy goes down. Now he moves to Grinaldo. Grinaldo has some HP. Meanwhile, it's Big Time. Man fighting with 3. Down goes Big Time. Grinaldo gets away, but both supports on the side of Dire will go down there.
I will say, one thing I've noticed about this dude's team is they're really good at playing the mid-early game, like, engagements. Like, the 7 to 10 minute mark, they're just, like, really on point, I would say. I think usually their issues start coming around the late game. Or the late mid-game. But that, you know, it was funny, I don't know if either of you saw this, but the raindrop and then the magic stick. The Monkey King had like 2 10-stick charges in that fight, where he like full healed from like 50 HP or something. And then with the magic stick, he was just way more tanky than people expect.
Yeah, I mean the Storm too, to be honest. They're gonna go on this Luna right here.
Yeah, they have a 2-man smoke there with the Storm. Haste is there. Grinaldo. Envy has been caught. Vortex, Liquidfire are committed. Envy is low. Envy will go down. Ka, though, with the long-range zip into a lift there, actually keeps Envy alive. The Rena's committed there. On 3, Grinaldo is low. Remedy now tries to fight Fatal. Has the Wukong's command down. Goes Remedy. Then now move to Big Time. The Primal Spring is up. It does slow. Smaui is on the way. But Big Time is in some severe danger. Great play there by Ka. It will be 3 kills for 5 dudes. Cookie's attempted, but it will not get him away for very long. Envy has Lucent Beam and much more move speed, so it will eventually be a kill. One way or the other.
I think that's like a lot of that's the difference between your supports having 6 and their supports not having 6.
I was gonna say the same thing. These supports are so underleveled on the Dire side that it made the gank almost impossible without the Snapfire ulti.
Well, I would have liked them to just play near the Tidehunter and just take this tower. Yeah.
That's a very important tower take as well at mid-tier 1 for Radiance. As we mentioned earlier how Tide might want to play in that Dire side tri-camp, but it's a lot harder when this tower is just gone.
Yeah, I think what teams usually do with Tidehunter is they just park them in front of the towers that the enemy's trying to take. And you can usually get your team there in time thanks to the Kraken Shell.
Yeah. The other thing is Tidehunter is kind of a lumbering idiot, and so you want the team to either play around the Tidehunter, or like unless it's like a perfect TP Ravage, it's usually not good to TP on Tide. Usually people want to TP to where the Tide is rather than have the Tide TP into where a fight is happening.
This is interesting. We're seeing Radiant almost suspect Dire looking to defend their top tier 1. There's not. You see Mars Sounds are playing over in the trees. They're like, yeah, they're going to defend. They're going to TP in here and jump us, right? This haven't.
I think the Tidehunter should buy a Soul Ring and stay on top for like 5 minutes.
Mortimer's Kisses are committed, looking to possibly kill Fatalness. Did not work. Meanwhile, mid lane, we're seeing Kala being gone on by Grinaldo and Smaui because stole ball landing, easily zipped away from that one, so both teams commit abilities, nobody dies. Everybody's A-okay for now, but mid lane, Lift is there on Grinaldo. Gold Sounds is committed, Bounce Strike is there, Spear comes in, that one brings down Grinaldo. That is 1 kill there for the side of 5 dudes, and they want a second, they want Smaui, the arena is up if they want to commit it. There are 3 in the mid lane, and Radiant do not opt for it. Meanwhile, top lane is Nara TPing in, but Envy wisely gets away from that one.
Nara is doing a surprisingly good job in terms of keeping up in the left farm.
Told you.
I just would not expect Ursa to be farming at a similar pace.
What were the exact words I used to describe Nara?
I don't know. He's
Bonafide stud.
Okay.
I said I called him a bona fide stud, and I stand by that.
Ooh, he might be in trouble here, though. He's kind of enraged.
We're seeing 2 ganks right now. One bot lane for Fatal. Ball landing is there looking for the Monkey King. Monkey King is in danger. Cookie is there. Monkey is low. Monkey will go down. Meanwhile, top lane, they go for Ursa. They have 3 in the area. Arena is still up. The enraged is popped by Nara. Arena, Spear, are committed. Nara is stunned. Nara is low. Will go down to the Rebuke. Now, in comes Espas and Nakapara looking for Notorious. The Notorious is running away. Remedy, Smaui, Big Time have arrived, but it's a 3v3 and Radiant are on the run. Gush comes in onto the Silencer. He's trying to get away. Cookie is there, but it does not stun. It's back coordination from the Dire. And now Radiant continue to run. They actually have the beast look to turn. Rebuke is there on the Big Time. Income abilities. Spear, though, is missed. Both teams missing abilities.
My eyes are bleeding with this Tidehunter. Sag.
Buy
a Soul Ring! You 2 fights, you don't have mana. And he's going for Yules? Oh no, I'm trying. I feel like I'm not allowed to watch Tidehunter games because it always disappoints my soul and I'm too mean.
It's a very specific description.
I try not to be too flamey, but it's... I don't know. I'll just say I'm confused.
See, I thought you're catching a whiff of my vernacular. It's like, alright, you don't say it's bad, you say it's interesting, or it's Dota 2, or we're seeing a gank down the Fatal is the Lord spots him, but Fatal gets away there quite easily, so it looks like the smoke gank might end up failing. It will fail.
I wasn't. So the Luna and the Ursa were relatively even, and then that death, and now she's mega ahead. And we'll probably continue getting ahead. Like a minute farming time on Ursa is like really bad when you're already farming slower than the other hero. It's really difficult because they need to sort of move the map to be around the Roshan pit. Their heroes are not really set up to do so.
Well, Blink Mars is hunting with smoke. The smoke is popped. Grinaldo balls away, so both teams have failed on a smoke gank. Dire, they searched, they failed. Radiant also searched, also failed.
One thing I'll tell you as some secret sauce about Tiebreaker is I feel like doing more than one stack of ancient camps, or like you want like your ancient stacks to make you like a hero if you have them, but you don't want to like spend like any or all time in like the triangle, because then it means you're not like standing in front and tanking like smoke ganks. I also don't even think he got a single stack of ancients or anything.
Looks like Dire, knowing that Radiant, half heroes top lane, are attempting a siege on the mid-tier 1 tower. Radiant's response, it's slow chipping the top tier 2. We're seeing Fatal, though, being gone on by Big Time and Grinaldo. Wukong's command in the silence are the turn. Rena's there on the Grinaldo. Grinaldo is low. Grinaldo goes down straight for Ka. Rabbit comes in. He'll be there in the 2 into the one of the kisses. They're trying for kills. Fatal, the Beast, they're both running, but is there damage? Envy arrives, looks for Nara. Nara has the end rating. He's very fast. Dire, they're kiting for now. Remedy, he's still running. Notorious is hitting, and Nara looks to turn. In comes the Beast. Blink Spear onto Nara. Nara, he's low. Nara should go down. Bowser comes in onto 2. They go to Tidehunter. Tidehunter taking a lot of damage. Big Time's trying to save with the Scatter Blast, but it's not going to work. Now TPs. Is it successful? Yes, it is! So it ends up being a 2-for-1, but one that the Radiant must be very, very happy with. And look at Big Time as well. Spear, stun, he's very dead.
Yeah, they had, I think the big thing for me that fight was the vision advantage that the Monkey King provided. He also has this Mage Slayer that means he's deceptively tanky. What do you think, Senior Kbrk? Oh, you're muted.
Alright, I mean, it's an interesting situation where, at the point now where it feels like Dire really need to make a good play to win this game now, where if nothing happens the rest of the game, Radiant will inevitably win at some point, so...
Yeah, I think they need to get Roche. Somehow. Whether or not it's just running into the Roche pit next Ravage, or is it some epic Tidehunter Ravage with Blink Dagger, or I don't know what it is, but it's something that involves taking Roche as an objective and making Ursa the strongest hero on the map.
Here we go again. Tide is being gone on by 4. Spear, Last Word, all the spells come in. He's cracking, showing off a lot of damage. Now the Green is committed onto 3. Ronaldo balls in, looking for the backline. Smaui low, Remedy dead. Ronaldo trades from Notorious. Wukong's command is committed by Fail. Smaui is dead, and now Radiant look for more. They've gotten 2 so far and want Ronaldo. Ronaldo is low on mana. Ice Path comes in, is stolen by Cub. The Spear's there onto the Ursa. Cookie comes in, stunning at the Fatal, but he's still being gone on by Envy. Envy, the Beast. They go forward, looking for Big Time and Nara. Primal Spring comes in from Fatal, down goes Nara, now in comes the Mortimer's Kisses. Was cancelled by the stolen Ice Path once again by Ka. In come the right clicks, down goes Big Time, then ambush Ronaldo, who TPs away, so it ends up being a 4-for-1 trade, once again very heavily in the favor of 5 dudes.
Ka is making so much space in these fights. He's like a priority target. Unfortunately, I don't know. Save the Ursa Enrage ulting killing him. I don't think they have a ton of ways to get on top of him. But if he like Enrage ults, there's like a good chance he's just getting speared away.
Well, Grinaldo comes in looking for Ka. Ice Path once again is used. Into Global Silence, into the right clicks. The Yules comes out from Grinaldo, attempting to escape. He'll ball away. Ravage is committed. It's there out of 3, but it's stolen by Ka! And now Notorious, the Dynasty Region Rune, he's on the run. Dire, walk forward. Nara is there looking for the backlines. Ravage now comes in from the Radiant, hits on nobody! 2 waste Ravages, 1 from each team. Now Radiant, Dire, they're both as 5. No. Both choose to disengage. That is...
It's like a, what's it called? Like, Mafia, like, what's the Godfather moment? And it's like, you're standing in the Godfather, and it's like, look at what you've done to my boy. And that's what I'm thinking about with Tidehunter. Both these players made Ravage look so bad.
I mean, I thought the Ravage from Smaug was bad, but Ka's Ravage is even that much worse.
Did he think he had like a Blink Dagger or something?
I don't know, but maybe he's looking to stun the Ursa and then he missed it. I'm not entirely sure, but in the very end, not the Ravage worked out.
I mean, at least, yeah, Do you think he holds on to this Ravage for 100 seconds, or do you think he gets some other spell?
I think if he can get Ice Path, he should take it. Other than that, he should probably keep the Ravage.
Got it. I mean, Ice Path is basically Ravage on lower cooldown on Rubik sometimes.
So other than that, I don't know what you'd rather want. Maybe Mortal's Kisses, but I don't think you can realistically get that. Bot lane, though, the arena's committed onto Grinaldo. I'm not sure how the Beast got that kill, but he solo kills Storm Spirit in the bottom lane. Yeah. Great play there by the Beast.
It's what I would say when you're playing like Mars and you're ganking a Spirit. You're like, this is an unlikely gank, but you know, I gotta go for it.
I feel like it probably should have been impossible, not unlikely, but I guess it happened, so.
You can definitely do it. It's if he's not turned in the right direction, you can ult Spear before you can cast anything.
At the point now where Radiant are taking a lot of map control as well. They grab the top tier 2 and the outposts, so they have a lot of control in this Radiant side jungle, which means you mentioned earlier how you want Dire to find a Roshan, whether it's with a team fight or a sneak and dwell. Yeah. That's now a lot harder. Radiant have complete Roshan control.
I feel like they should have made like some suicide play to take Roshan earlier. If you're just sort of trading farm with the Luna who's going to get a Scotty, you're just... I don't see how you win.
Well, here we go. Radiant have smoked once again. As for they see Grinaldo, but do they want to jump? The Beast sure as hell does, but it's a good reaction from Grinaldo. Ball lightning's away from that one. Now Smaui leads the way, has his Ravage, but so does Ka. It's Ravage on Ravage gameplay once again for both teams. But Radiant are not committing quite yet. They see Grinaldo lift into Ravage, into Global Silence. They will bring down Grinaldo. Question is, can they find more? No, they will not. But they'll begin the siege on the middle tier 2 tower.
So they kept the Ravage. Nice.
It's gone now, but yeah, it was all used.
It was worth it. You know.
I think if you're tied there, you would be fine ravaging a Soul Storm, and I guess Rubik gets the same play.
I think so. And like, if Storm is dead, who right now on Dire can do anything? And the answer is maybe Ursa, but Ursa is like kind of scared to fight until he gets BKB.
Dire are aware of this Roshan, by the way, but I'm not sure if they can get there in time. Roshan's already so low. And now, they're trying, but it's just too late. Aegis goes to Envy. Ice Path and the Kisses are committed, but can they fight? Nice Nara is in, Arena is there on a 2, but its return is with Fatal with that Wukong's command. Remedy, dead, Nara, dead. Ravage comes in, he'll be there on a 3, but what can they do? They can kill Silencer, but they need more than that. Tide has gone down, now Radiant. Look for Big Time and Grinaldo. Big Time, Cookies, he's being run out by 3. He's trying to escape. Meanwhile, it's Grinaldo who's the bigger kill, who's getting away as we speak. Balance Strike is missed by Fatal. Back to Big Time. He's still being run out. He should be fine. But in the very end, it's a massive team fight win for the side of 5 dudes. And even then, to lift them Big Time into Lucent Beam, into these right clicks, down goes Big Time. It's another kill there.
So that's one of those really sad Tide Hunter moments when the enemy 3 cores have BKB.
But I think you expected this, to be honest, from the drafting phase. And I think the Ursa even knew it. That's why the Ursa went Morbid Mask into Diffu. That's very much like the, you know,
they kind of missed
13-minute Roche play kind of build, right?
Yeah.
And then the Storm is actually your late game carry, but how do you not just get run over by this Luna?
Yeah.
Well, Grinaldo is trying to defend, balls in, balls out, but the defense is lacking. Ice Path is once again stolen by Ka. Down goes Remedy, and his base is under some severe duress right now.
I think this is, as we say, checkmate. But I think they'll definitely play it out. Do we have Ravage? No, 60 seconds no Ravage.
It's unfortunate because I think the Dire...
Well, they're balling, looking for Fatal, and Siasmin, Clock Level Sounds in the arena are committed as a response to a Fatal's Wukong's as well. Dire are in severe danger. Balster comes in on 3. Grinaldo dead, Smaui dead, Nara. The last core of the Dire will certainly join him in the grave. Ice Path comes in from long range. Down goes Nara. All 3 do not have buyback. It is GG in all but name. Mordekaiser is committed. It is now canceled to juke that at that spear. Ice Path comes in and they know it. They have called GG.
I think this is one of those games that probably looks less close than it. Looks less close than it was. Meaning, if a couple of the mid-early game fights went a little bit different, we would be like, Pizza Happy Meal rocking these 5 dudes. It's just sort of like what the Luna Ursa matchup is like. And also like how sort of the supports were getting, I think the supports in a large part were getting out-rotated. Or the rotations with the supports were very
I just think that they could have done a lot of things more cohesively. Like if the Ursa wants to play fast, then play fast with the Ursa. But if you want to go farm, then I don't know, like go make stacks for the Tide Hunter, go make stacks for the Storm.
Yeah.
You even have a Jakiro, you can take really at any time with the Jakiro.
Alright, I'm bathroom breaking.
We're at the point now where it's one game up for the side of 5 dudes. Where Pizza Happy Meal, potentially this could be back up against the wall. They need to win this game. It is effectively a non-negotiable game in terms of they need to straight up win it. There is no option of not winning it.
That's the way I approach every game.
Yeah, but this time it's actually for real, though.
Yeah.
It's for real this time.
This time it's real.
It felt good until the exact point it didn't. I mean, they were in a relatively fine spot going into the sort of mid-game skirmishes, and then suddenly when the skirmishes begin, it's like, oh, wait a minute. We're losing these fights, things are bad. Is this one situation where you have to like take different fights, or draft different heroes, or approach the lanes differently, or what's the one major thing you change here if you're Pizza Happy Meal?
I think they made the game harder on themselves with the draft. But I think the bigger issue that I have is the way that they utilized the draft that they themselves picked. So like they picked Tide Snapfire, which is really strong off lane, but they didn't get any of the skills that make it a strong lane. And then they had this Ursa who has like the potential for a fast Roche, and that's kind of the way you want to play it. Even goes for the fast Morbid Mask, but then Roche doesn't really get contested until closer to the 20-minute mark. So it's little things like that where I think you can just play around better, like play around the draft that you actually draft better. But yeah. The Storm did really well though. Storm, who had a pretty tight lane, because Monkey is good against melee as well, Storm killed it.
Yeah, I mean,
did really well.
It was a good game from the Storm, but having a good game early on might not be good enough to win your Dota game sometimes.
No, especially if you're going to get snowballed. And it's kind of what we mentioned in the draft, what happens with the Sven, same thing with a Luna, is you just out-farm the enemy carry because you have an innate farming ability. So when you meet up, you're just an item or two ahead, and it doesn't really matter how good or bad the map is.
We're just waiting on Envy to take slot real fast.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back, Hobbes. Welcome back.
Hobbes, you can go ahead and give your analysis and just repeat everything I said.
I'm good.
Okay. For those who are just joining, by the way, welcome to Game 2 of this Best of 3 series between 5 above-average dudes and Pizza Happy Meal. It is all on the line, a must-win game for both teams for that matter, but especially for Pizza Happy Meal. If they lose this game, it's basically over for them. They're one way in to playoffs still. If they lose this game, would be Smack's team 2-0ing first team all cursed tonight. So we got Gregor and the Cool Kids to 2-0 first team all cursed. And then in the tiebreakers, Gregory and the cool kids would have to beat 5 dudes and then lose to beat the Happy Meal. And then the admins would panic immensely because that would be a nightmare.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Listen, if we get into tiebreakers and then our tiebreakers get into more tiebreakers, it's a disaster.
So that's a first pick tiny.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do with first pick?
I'm just noting. I feel like this story has happened before.
I feel like that's the power of first pick, is that you get the first pick tiny.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very powerful hero. It's simultaneously the best carry in the game and a hero who can play literally every role in Dota, so it's a pretty cool hero.
And you have the ability to burst heroes early game and late. Great. Venom, cool answer to the tiny, I'd say.
Let's say, you know what, we want percentage-based damage. We've seen Necrophos, often a common answer to the tiny. Venomancer, another relatively common option.
He also doesn't want to like punch your wards, but if he doesn't, he's kind of slow.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes the mid tiny much worse. You're kind of forced to put it as support or carry because the mid goes blink, right?
I would say yes.
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 I think they're going to pick the
I would say I'd say 5 above average dudes is a team that could probably comfortably run it on 1, 3, 4.
I'm sure going to grab some more water. I'll be right back. I'm sure you guys got this.
Yeah, we got this. I don't know about Jakiro Venomancer, considering they as heroes.
They do the same thing.
I'd say in my mind they're literally the same hero, except
Jakiro's worse because he doesn't have wards.
They're like, okay. They're both kind of slow guys that do dots.
Yeah, and they slow attack speed, which is good against tiny.
Yeah, I think the Jakiro attack speed slow is no joke, but I wouldn't pick it with Veno. I think that if you're trying to answer the tiny, I think there are better ways to answer.
Do you think this is the off lane, Jakiro Veno? Yeah, and then you pick
I don't know. I feel like we're kind of in the same situation as where we were last game in terms of draft. Like,
I think they were in a better situation last time with the
definitely. I think more in terms of like how they went with it. Like,
with the Jakiro pick.
I think Jakiro is a very good hero, but he's less. There's a reason why he wasn't picked much in TI.
Not a very good hero.
Oh my god, I think he's very good in these games, but you have to like actually have a reason why you're picking it. And if you pick it without other supplemental forms of control, you're setting your team up for not having any catch, or having catch on one hero.
Where's the Bane?
Yeah, I think if you want to go Venomancer, you should go like Bane or Rubik.
I'm just saying, where's the Bane? Because it's like the best support in Dota right now, right?
Yeah, because I mean ETIO ban, so basically, yeah.
Yeah.
You just want some instant catch.
Exactly. It makes it so the enemy team can't just pick, Void Spirit, Storm, or any of the spirits and feel like they have a free game.
Yeah, it's sort of what is it? You if you all in on one type of control, you want to have different types of control. Veno like slows people down and is annoying, but he really needs some sort of like a hard commit control in order for the control to work.
I just don't see how this Jakiro is going to have
Bane ban. Again, they're banning the heroes they should pick.
They got the Ember, which is, if I'm not mistaken, an unfavorable matchup versus the Storm in the mid lane.
I think it's in the lane, it's unfavorable, but in the game, it's like...
It's about even, I would say.
It
might
depends.
even be favorable to Storm, to be honest.
It depends on who's ahead, I think.
Yeah, but can't you farm faster on a Storm?
Yeah. I think so. Like, I don't know. I'm not like a mid player. I'm gonna get flamed in the chat.
I'm pretty sure you expect a support or two in this phase. Likely two.
I think if you were to group this the spirits based on how much they want to catch heroes, how much they need to gank heroes to sort of come online, I think Storm is the lowest on that, and Ember is in the middle.
Yeah, Void's obviously high.
Yeah, and then Void, and then Earth Spirit mid is a meme.
So they picked a Snapfire who's really good in this lineup because you get some additional tower push, you enable the Tiny, you even enable the Storm where you're like getting a gank really far away and you can contribute with the kisses.
Snapfire is a cool hero because he usually makes every one of your other heroes better in a lot of different situations.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Grimstroke or something. So
yeah, it's like a more, I would say, versatile Grimstroke as it currently stands.
Hey boys, you wanna know how I know that Animage is unplayable garbage?
Hit me.
We're in a meta where Storm Spirit is first pick material and is literally first phase picked at 8 pick or 7 pick all the time. And yet nobody ever plays Animage.
You can just end the game before Animage gets online.
Exactly.
Is the problem. Yeah.
Like Storm could just fight Animage. So the one thing that AM does, Storm just beats now.
I would pick Anti-Mage, not so much into Storm, but into heroes like Leshrac or Sand King. That's where I think Anti-Mage shines.
It's like he's not even that good into Lesh either. I mean, you get like Lane Mullen to say Sand King or Tide, but it's just such an unplayable hero.
I think
another Rubik here. Rubik Snap, so the exact same support combo coming out.
I think a big problem with Anti-Mage, is he both really needs to farm, and he really needs his alt rotations to go well. And if either of those things gets disrupted, he can feel like, ugh. And then he also needs to be able to fight once he has like one or two item lead, which is not always the case.
Especially if you're against a Sven or Luna or any of these heroes who can farm faster than you.
Who can farm like about the same speed as you when you have your item, but much faster than you before you have your item.
Exactly. And Spectre. It's not great into the potential Tiny Silver Edge, and they've already shown that this Tiny is a carry.
Yeah.
Or offlane, I suppose.
Yeah, I definitely think Beast likes Tiny offlane. You played it against us.
Do you think they'd go Silver Edge either way? Because I mean, it's a Spectre, right?
You'd probably go like Blink Silver Edge.
Yeah. It's not a particularly good Blink game, that's why I mention it. Yeah. So it's even more reason that this Spectre is going to get Silver Edge at some point.
Banning. Okay, so I think it's a carry because they're banning heroes that they think are annoying for it on carry.
You think Axe is annoying?
I don't think so, but some people do, I guess.
I feel like you just toss him at the tower.
I also think Axe, you just do damage over the top of him. Like you do more damage than he's prepared for.
Yeah.
Like even when he gets Vanguard.
Night Stalker ban. It's a pretty good ban considering Veno Ember.
Yep. I'm not really sure what either team I'm gonna pick. The drafts kind of look similar to last game, at least on Radiant. Like
you can see the flaws.
They do have the legendary Nara Spectre though, so it may be a rough time potentially for Radiant to end the game in time. Though if they do it, I mean, ideally for Radiant to end the game before Spectre truly is online, but that's easier said than done sometimes.
I mean, I think a lot.
This pick is gonna define what speed they want to go. I think. It's probably pretty quick.
It's like difficult though, because like Spectre, even if you can't like necessarily end the game. Like she can get like shut off from farm pretty easily if the map closes down and you don't have a lot of space. So you think they're picking an offlaner here? And
Yeah.
Answer position 4, I guess.
Either the offlaner or a pause 4.
Yeah,
is what it seems.
What do you think about pause 4, Bruno?
I don't think it's very good.
Sad.
Unless you're jungling.
They need a jump in here. They need a jump in here for sure.
If you're jungling, it's fine, but otherwise,
that's a jump in hero.
There's a good jump in hero. You can combo with the Spectre, find kills with the Ags. It's not bad. I will say though, the Radiant lineup, even though it's kind of similar to what it was last game, it's a much worse Rubik game. This is like as bad of a Rubik game as it gets.
Yeah, it's basically just Ice Path and Gale.
Yeah, this is a pretty miserable Rubik.
It could be worse. Replace those heroes with, say, like Crystal Maiden and Razor. It could be worse.
CM's fine. It's just you die to a lot of, like, the Ember kills you, the Spectre kills you, the Sardar kills you. You can just randomly die to this Veno. Yeah, it's like there are certainly weaknesses on the Dire lineup, but I think the Radiant lineup isn't as strong as it was last game.
Got it. No, it's a word.
It's also a good Sardar into Tiny is probably very Sardar favored.
Yeah, it's very quite Sardar favored. I played it on a Smurf XD, and
especially with Veno. Oh no, this is a 3 Jakiro and a 4 Slardar.
Yeah, they swapped their roles a bunch.
I take back everything I said.
They it's a Slardar 3. They Remedy and Snowy, they've like swapped roles and stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's not a 3 Jakiro.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
It's big time offlaner.
Okay. Well, hopefully this switch up can win them the game.
Alright, if you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of a best-of-3 tiebreaker between 5 above-average dudes on the Radiant and Pizza Happy Meal on the Dire. My name is Badger. I am joined on this fine afternoon by Hobbes and Kbrk of the Whatever Team in, lads. Hopefully we are in for a fun game number 2.
Whenever I start these games, I just look at starting items and try not to have an aneurysm. Because that's the type of person I am.
Have you had an aneurysm yet in this fine game?
I had an aneurysm last game when I looked at Tide's items at the start. But it looks good so far. I don't necessarily go Slardar or Bracer, but I think it's definitely viable.
A flash of inspiration.
No first blood attempt coming out this game.
Do you think they're gonna lane the Snapfire with the? Oh, never mind. I was thinking that they had the Slardar on that team for some reason. Yeah, that's not happening.
They probably won't lane the opposing hero with them.
Yeah.
What does Badginho even mean?
I think it's Bajinho.
Okay, what does Bajinho even mean then?
It's your name, but let's say Portuguese. It's like little badger in Portuguese.
I did not know that. Makes sense. I always figured it'd be a different name for badger in Portuguese. Because I know badger in Latin is Melis, which is very different sounding than Bajinho.
Oh, no. Badger is certainly not. Yeah, it's just they took badge from badger in English. It's not badger.
I see here.
Yeah.
It's like like bebecita means small drink. Diminutive.
No.
Seems to be like the less loud thing. It's like, alright, let's just make it Portuguese, fuck it. Let's add memes to it.
Bebecita is little baby.
Yeah, XD. Come on.
Seeing right now, Kuz not having a fun time in the top lane. Smaui is doing a lot of damage. Burstwick is there on Daenerys, but to very little effect.
I think the Sand King should have a really good lane. Because it's a Spectre, right? You just get your E, and you just bully him out.
Mid lane, it's our Storm Ember lane, which is relatively a skill matchup. There's not really too large of a lead either way in either direction.
I think Storm should be very favored in the lane because you can break the shield and you can't really remnant. Slight dodge.
They changed Flame Guard, so you actually can't break it with it unless you'd use two remnants. So it's much worse than it used to be.
Like from what I've heard from mid laners, it's a relatively even matchup.
Yeah, this. I think this SK is going to start going away with the lane soon, and unless the Radiant gets a kill, I would expect the same from the Dire offlane. So it's going to be on this the mid room rotation to really define who wins, unless someone makes a misplay here.
Well, they're trying to kill big time bot lane. They missed the cookie or perhaps missed the juke on big time, but he juked down into the trees and away from the Radiant side attackers there.
I mean, it's kind of this Venomancer with the poisons thing. He's somewhat hasn't done anything the first like 2 minutes. He does have Gale now, so the Snapfire might have to be a little cautious.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get Slardar this XP under the tower. I just wonder if the Venom's gonna give him the solo XP or if he's gonna stick around.
I am a little bit scared I may miss first blood this game. A lot of heroes in a lot of lanes are taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, especially this mid lane. You never know what can happen.
It happened last game. It was a very early kill for Grinaldo over Fatalist, so
that's right.
Could potentially happen again. Luckily, I caught that one luckily, but you never know sometimes in the mid lane.
Slardar is taking a lot of damage tanking these creeps.
I'm a little, yeah. I don't want to say too much, but the Venomancer 4 is not what I expected to see from Veno 4.
It's an interesting game in that both carries are not having a fun time right now. I mean, Spectre is 13-1, which is not good, and then Tiny's 8-3, which is even worse. Like, both these carries are very much suffering right now.
Yeah, these offlanes are clearly much stronger than their safe lane counterparts, I would say. Oh, they're going. They got the Gale. Oh, good.
They're trying for the dive. The Avalanche is there on the 2, though. They're trying to turn the big time. Both of them should be fine on both teams, though. Notorious alive. Yeah. Big time will be forced to use some regen. Correction, has no regen, but he's a brace. He'll be fine.
It's actually that's pretty big for the Radiant safe lane, because it's going to be a long time before Slardar gets a salve, it looks like. Okay, he's got tangos.
There's a tango on the Veno, too.
Oh my god, he almost died there.
Yep, it's like really almost died. 40 HP.
Mid lane, they're attempting on Grinaldo. Grinaldo uses the side effects to actually dodge the remnant now. Chains there onto 2. Grinaldo is running. He should be fine. Good to go. Meanwhile, top lane, the Beast is fighting into 2. Sandstorm is there, but he's just in the Sandstorm. There's no detection. Correction, detection's not in range.
Yeah, it's so hard to play into the Sand King. In fact, the Rubik just left because they know the Sand King can just stick it in. And just like last game, Soul Ring, no regen, let's go.
Let's go!
Bot lane, Remedy goes down low. Cud dove the tier 1 tower. Bot lane, first blood is drawn for Cud over Remedy. And now top lane, Nara looks for the Beast. Sparrow Strike comes in onto Nara. Nara is low. The Beast goes down. So 1-for-1 across the map. It is a Sand King for Venomancer trade.
Now Sand King, he just bought himself 2 salves. Fuck Tranquil Boots.
I'll be real, I'd be juggling on Veno this game.
Seems a little greedy.
Or at least like pressing my Q more often on these heroes. Because I feel like if you have a Veno, you're supposed to be aggressive, right? Either really aggressive or really passive. And it just feels like they're somewhere in the middle.
Oh, and they're going on different targets here.
Yeah.
I think you just want to Gale people and then hit them and force them to use spells.
Yeah, exactly. And you have a Mango. Veno, in fact, started with this Mango, has an urn, but doesn't seem to...
He needs the passive HP regen.
Just use a spell. Sorry, I'll stop watching bot lane. I'm like triggered.
I mean,
It's like you watching Tidehunter.
dude, you might not know this, but I think Kbrk has a bunch of games on Venomancer.
Oh.
It is rotation bot lane. Ronaldo is there, and
Yeah, they did. They made this play last game.
I believe Radiant saw it actually with the edge of that ward, I think, but
I don't think so. But good game sense. I think the Storm warned
meanwhile,
them.
top lane, now Ronaldo's on a different rotation. He has found the Beast of US East in the top lane.
Nice.
Meanwhile, bot lane, we're seeing Big Time and Remedy fighting with the three of the Radiants. Cub rotate over. They bring down Remedy, but Big Time gets away. So across the map, it's a 1-for-1. A 4 Veno for a 3 Sand King.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
so
think
good.
I think it's pretty good for Radiant because I don't know if you saw this, but the Ember walked bot and then he TP'd top.
Yeah, he had a remnant mid though, so he didn't waste too much time.
Got
Really?
it.
How? He had a remnant top. He had a remnant bot, and he used a remnant top. Haunt is activated by
they're
Nera, going in
going
at the fatal.
on,
Fatal will go down, then I move to Khan.
Yeah.
Rubik is low. Rubik should go down, and eventually
Good
Rubik
game.
will go down. Chains are there, minus Rubik. Double kill for Ronaldo.
Yeah,
That's
they're
the
trying to
global potential right there.
farm the small camp with the Rubik and the
And the Storm,
Rubik.
yeah.
and then the brothers died together. Sad.
Meanwhile, bot
Oh.
lane is Big Time going on
Sapphire.
the Notorious, needs one more hit.
Oh.
Avalanche comes in. Big Time is now looking for the kill or looking to juke. I'm not quite sure what. He now sprints away, will get away, but so will the Snapfire.
Close. Veno picks up a point in wards. and
When
now
comes Fatal,
begins-
balling on into Smaui. Smaui is low. He dodges dual breath on the Storm. Actually, Christian, no, he does not, but it will not matter. It will be a kill there. Going to cut with that Fable. Now in comes Ronaldo on the Ember, looking to fight into two. Chains are there. Fatal is low on mana, but the Flame Guard is broken. Ronaldo is actually lifted back
Yeah.
into the Storm, but Storm is little to use. Vortex is there. Is enough damage? No, there is not. Ronaldo pops that magic wand.
Sand King cutting top lane. So this means the Spectre is going to actually get some farm.
Spectre has recovered a lot from the early game. Like we saw earlier, the Spectre and the Tiny were very sad. And that Spectre actually is 52 and 7 compared to the Sand King's 54 and 6. It's not that bad anymore.
No, not at all, especially with the kill under his belt.
This Tiny is a little bit in struggle bus. I feel like he really needs to sort of just abandon this bot lane.
Yeah, I thought he would have left already. I guess he thinks he can win and rely on the TPs.
I feel like I don't know. He's just like I feel like they could make some stacks for him in the triangle, and you could accelerate real quick.
They currently have a double stack Ancients in the triangle, but that's the only thing I see right now.
They could also be waiting for their like level 6 timings. I think Rubik, Snapfire 6 is pretty strong.
This is the last time I'll say it. But Veno's level 4, almost 10 minutes in, and is now jungling.
He's looking to apply some pressure to the lanes, you know? Looking to make the Tiny's game sad, make them play honest in the bot lane. I think if he was jungling, then the Snapfire would just go in, hitting the Slardar, and then hide a gap. Meanwhile, to dive there on Ka in the mid lane. Chains were missed, however. Ka, though, is low.
really
Avalanche
bad.
comes in onto Remedy and
He's got
Ka
a
might both
wand.
go down. Ice Path hits
Yeah,
onto Ka. Ka will go down. Now Envy looks for Remedy. Notorious comes on in. Veno is looking to juke, but Radiant see him. Remedy low. Remedy goes down. Meanwhile, Fatal comes in and ball looking for Ronaldo, but Ronaldo is juking. TP comes in from Ronaldo. It's there. Barely in time.
Close.
Now top
Sand
lane,
King.
it's an epic battle between the Beast and Nera. Epicenter is committed. Nera will get away. Meanwhile, it's Smaui and the Beast in a death duel. Smaui will go down, but so will the Beast now. So it's a long-range ball from Fatal's fighting Nera. Nera,
kill.
Vortex killed. Long-range zip from Fatalus with that Arcane Rune.
That's a level 1 zip, too. That's impressive.
Very important.
Sand King is yet to buy a single Ring of Health or Tranquil Boots.
This is buying more salves.
Well, he currently has 2,000 gold, so you'd expect a Blink Dagger, I'd assume.
It's a good assumption, I think.
He built phase boots?
Wait, what? Beast! Buddy!
It's because of all the
What is
physical
this?
damage and lack of magic damage on the other team, you know?
Burrow is there onto Slardar. Slardar actually might get run down by the Phase Boots Sand King with extra move speed. Phase Boots, they're activated. He's chasing. He wants big time. He has more move speed. Can he hunt Slardar? Burrow
River?
in 2 seconds, but no! The phase!
River!
No, the phase was not enough.
This fish is swimming.
That's a classic get into the river on Slardar.
Oh yeah, I would only play in the river on Slardar.
I got hyped up for the phase boots. Like, they're gonna have to kill the phase boots. No, it didn't work.
You know, he could have bots. He could have a blink dagger.
Have arcane boots and not have a soul ring.
So I don't think you guys are on the alpha male level.
Yeah,
if you guys are alpha males, you
definitely
understand
we're
why
definitely
he has
beta.
phase boots.
I'm the kind of person who makes Aeon Disc first item, so you know.
You are not
beta.
on the testosterone level of the beast. You don't understand.
No. Oh, Venos.
Venos, Gale there on the cut. Remnant in by Granaldo. Chains are there. Lift comes in, delaying the death. We're seeing Gale stolen. Cookie is there on the cut, but it's a minus cut. Ice Path comes in on a Snapfire, diving for Notorious. They want this kill. They certainly will not find it. Haunt is committed, actually.
Thanking.
Meanwhile, bot lane, it's Nara being gone on by the Haunt. It's big time in Nara going forward. Sand King attempts to run. It will not work. Down goes the Beast of US East. Now in comes Fatalist looking for big time. Big time low. Crush comes in into Ice Path. Fatalist taking a lot of damage. Both may go down. Remnant is there on a big time. And now Nara chases with the dagger for Fatal. Fatal will go down. But now in comes Mortimer's Kisses looking for Jakiro and Spectre. Jakiro, the main target though, is still alive. It's just not enough damage.
That's a tip.
They may be out of tips.
I think you're missing out if you're not tipping there.
Also,
Rubik revealing that they have a ward up on that cliff.
That's a good steal. That's a plague word. Spot lane though, they're going in off Notorious. It's both cores, Ember and Spectre for the Sapphire. Burrow's there on the 2. It will be a counter kill on the Nara. So a good 1-for-1 there. Meanwhile, it's Ka and Remedy in a dance of plague wards. Seems like Ka's winning that one. We're seeing a ball in by Fatal. It's off the mark, but Lift is there, bringing him into his twin, in the Vortex, into more Plague Wards. Poison Nova's there on 2, but I believe both Ka and Fatal should be fine here.
Yeah, he actually got everything, both of them, so at the very least...
Meanwhile, bot lane, the Beast, Burrow right there on Jakiro. Smaui is dead. The chains are missing Grinaldo. In comes Effie. Grinaldo may go down here. Remnant comes out, but is he fast enough? The phase move from the Beast! He has the move speed! Down goes Ember Spirits!
I love how you're making this about the phase boots.
It's about the principle.
You have to.
Listen, if Sun, okay,
was the empty slow.
Okay, if Suns fan can like gush over pig pull, I can gush over phase boots.
That's fair enough.
We're saying Suns fan is a good caster in this scenario.
Pog. Oh no. You'll have to ignore my co-caster. He's a Suns fan hater, I guess. Dad. How can you hate on Suns fan?
I forgot to put it on a net worth for 4 minutes. I was that distracted by the Dota on the screen that I kept it on last it denies.
Now that's a Suns fan play right there.
I kept it on last it denies too.
That's the classic ISE play. Like, you know, I stole much of my casting methods from ISE, and he used to like keep it on last it denies in like minute 20 plus. So I'm in the spirit of ISE.
I mean, this Sand King has 4 deaths, but is still Omega farmed.
Where's the blink?
I think it's on the courier.
No. He went back for the hood. So it's interesting.
Blink isn't the courier. He's that farmed.
Wait, he has a...
His hood, phase boots, blink. He's just that farmed. It's the Beast of US East.
But that means still had 2,000 gold and went back for the hood, right?
Yeah, he did.
And then farmed the blink again.
Yeah. He's farmed Blink 3 times. He had Blink money, bought Phase, had Blink money, bought Hood, and then farmed another Blink Dagger. He's farmed 3 Blink Daggers. This
man doesn't go into the shop unless he can buy the full item. I'm impressed.
It's delayed gratification, you know? And he will reveal his Blink now, mid lane, looking for kills. He sees Remedy. Dives that tower. Burrow is there. The Gale's response. In comes Fatal with the ball. In comes Granaldo looking to fight as well. Poison comes in on soon. That Remedy is dead. In comes Law from there looking for some kills. Beast is low. Beast will go down. But now kisses are there from Notorious looking to fight big time. Go on Notorious. Notorious will go down. But Granaldo hunts looking for Ka. Notorious now dead. Big time on the run now. Envy and Ka are trying to run from Granaldo. Granaldo's winning that fight for now. Dire winning the fight heavily. Granaldo is just so strong. Ka goes down. It's 4 kills for side of the Dire already. And Pizza Happy Meal at long last have a triumphant team fight win.
So he ran through a ward right there, right?
Hobbes, would you have made that initiation?
Well, I just don't have that much testosterone.
Yeah, it was completely dark. Through ward, blink onto 5 heroes. They killed the hero though, right?
They did kill Venom. Yes, they did kill Venom.
Yeah.
I mean, this Venom is really killing it. Is dying every team fight, but gets the ult off. So really, just doing the Venom job.
I think they also got dual ice path because they had to commit.
Yes, they did. Into Slardar, dual stun, into every single spell in the game.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I'll just say too much testosterone. Go see a doctor, please.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think you guys need some more testosterone instead of seeing a doctor.
We need to see a doctor.
Seeing Granaldo has a dust there onto the Beast. Dire engaged onto Sand King. Haunt is there. They have found Sand King. Sand King is dead. Burrow stuns there, but it's already too late. Sand King is dead. Now Dire, they chase for more Notorious TPs. The real Haunt, she's stolen by Ka. Ka haunts away to Venomancer, but it's into his death. Back to bot lane again. Notorious TP's away, but Dire have gotten 2 kills, and they'll parlay that one into an easy tier 1 tower take bottom.
Are you ready to call it, Hobbs?
No.
Spectre has a lead 17 minutes in. GG?
No, I think I will say it is not looking good for the Radiant, but
the blink from Big Time! The bash! Fiddles! He's low! He's trying to juke. Nera has never mind daggers on cooldown.
He's got regen, so I think he's fine.
Ooh.
If the Slardar had an Echo Saber, that's a kill.
You wanna know?
And now Fatal balls into Smaui. Smaui is low. Smaui's trying to escape. He goes down now. Ronaldo tanks Ice Path, stolen by Ka. And Fatal, meanwhile, is getting away thanks to that cookie from the Notorious. Big time 2-man crush into the Remnant. They're going on in. Fatal gets away, but Dire want this fight. They find Envy with the Gale. The Nova's there on 2. The Beast engages. Big time dead. Cookies is committed. Fatal, though, is dead. Notorious is trying to fight, but Remedy's now dead. Envy is on the run, but Nera is hunting. Envy so low. Ice Path by Cut once again there on 2. Envy is dead. Remedy and Birch is there on 2. Granaldo dead. Now Nera is in the 1v3. He cannot fight this one. He's trying to kill. He'll haunt for the damage. But what can he do? He's on Ka. Glyph is there. Notorious dead, but Nera, the 1v2, the Sandstorm, the Burrow. It's a triple kill for the Beast of US East. And now it's 5 dudes winning the team fight.
That's the phase boost for sure.
It's
all the phase boots. Yeah, I mean, even though you're gonna say, I think you're being a little facetious with the calling it. I think they do have tools to deal with Spectre late game, like the.
Beast?
He's not dead, right?
No
Seeing
detection.
Fatal ball in for Remedy. It's a little bit off the mark, however. Ice Path comes in, but is juked by a ball of lightning. That's
this Storm Spirit is really
wild.
poor. I'd like him to hit some creeps.
It's both spirits, have not been hitting many creeps. We're seeing both Ember and Storm are 7.1k net worth versus, say, 9.2k on Spectre or 9.7k on our net worth leader, the Beast of US East.
But I think Storm without net worth is much more useless than Ember without net worth.
Yeah, Slight does a lot of damage.
That's what you also just like you.
They're smoking in though on Dire. They might find the Storm. I don't know if this is good or bad.
Dire, they see Storm now. Chains are there into
Chains,
a Blink Crush,
dead.
into a Shadow Step, into a very dead Fatalist. You guys said Fatal is hit more creeps. He hit more creeps, but he's already found his death at the creeps.
Yeah, I think he's hitting the wrong creeps though.
Probably
trying to say that was Hobbes saying he needed to hit more creeps.
Oh my god. He's
look at these lines drawn by the Beast though. He's saying we're in.
That's a good plague word there. Cancels the Blink of Beast of UFC. He wanted to go in there.
Yep. Excellent. That's
He
how you
wanted
win.
to go in.
You gotta nerf the Sand King.
This is it's a wild game. I love Dota 2. I just love me some Dota 2. seeing chains there on a Sand King, but it's just a little bit of chip damage. Tanking's fine.
I'm really happy the second game is more competitive than the first.
Yeah. I think I really hope.
All right, ball in, looking for Grinaldo. It's off the mark. Ice Path though from Cuz down to Venom. Crushes there onto Tiny now. It's a dead Venomancer, but what can they do as a response? Slardar, he's on the run. Ball in, but it's into Ice Path from Smaui. So it will only be the one kill on Remedy. The rest of Dire, never mind. Slardar is re-engaged. Sand King is there with the Yule's Mirror Strike comes out. Slardar Mecha Power is committed from the Dire now. Incon Fatal is balling on him, but Nara's there for Shadow Step. BCO's East dead. Fatal low. Cookie is there. Fatal low. Fatal trying to ball away, but he has no mana. Ice Path by Cut! It's there on 3! Fatal, big time, both dead. Grinaldo going forward, looking for more. Cut on the run with that pig pull, but Envy is trying to save him. Meanwhile, it's Nara looking for Notorious. Notorious TPs. Cuz Ice Path once again on the mark on the Ember Spirit. Once again, in comes that Haunt looking for more. Notorious dead, Cud dead, now it's only Envy with the Shadow Blade, but they have the dust, they know he's there. It's 3 hunting for Tiny. Tiny gets away, but for Pizza Happy Meal, a 4 for 1. Fantastic for
them. I think
this Ag's putting in work. I would have liked to have seen the Orchid this game, especially since the Storm didn't get a Yule's or anything quickly. If you get an Orchid on this Spectre, which is the standard build, you can easily kill them.
Yep. I think, honestly, I think now they definitely need to fight. Now the Radiant definitely needs to fight, but I think you take this, I don't know, they killed some person at the start. I forget who it was. But then they were just, running through the enemy's vision. Very fight happy. I think they need to be way more chill about their engagements. Let the Sand King push the waves. Let your cores farm the other 3 lanes and TP back. You don't need to go for these crazy engages with an underformed Storm.
I think honestly, you just need a silver. I mean, they just picked up the Silver Edge on the Tiny, so you can blow up any of these heroes now.
Yeah.
I think with this you can actually go. Again, the Dire has all their cooldowns up. You don't need the Haunt.
Well, they've caught Slardar with the Burrow. It's a ball letting in by Fatal. Kisses are committed by Notorious. Down goes Slardar, but Dire will want to fight for sure. Smaui the trade so far. It's now 2 kills for side of the Radiant. Now, Poison Nova is committed. The Beast goes down. Notorious goes down. So now Envy's trying to fight, but the damage is just too much. It's a 2 for 3 now. Ka TP's away. Fatal balls away. But for the Dire, it's a 3 for 2 in their favor.
I think they want them to come towards them and then casually saying Burrow strike someone.
You can't fight into this Veno head on.
You
need to bait them out a little bit. But also, this Veno, despite everything I said, perfect itemization. Brown Boots, Vessel, Ags, Blink. That's it. You don't need any other items on this hero.
Checkmate.
You just blink in, press R, and then the enemy team loses half their health. And you get the level 20 talent.
That's a lot of damage.
It's a lot. It's really a lot.
When you look at Venom as a hero who pretty much only provides damage, but he provides a lot of damage. Now Fatal balls in for Smaui. Bottoming is there. Grinaldo is looking to save. Fatal dodges the chains of Grinaldo. Now Ka has engaged as well. Smaui is low, but it's a Shadow Step. Correction, a Haunt by Nara, I believe. Never mind, it's only Shadow Step. You now engaged on the Ka, but Ka's still alive. Now Dire. Run on in. Ka dead. Epi comes in from the BCUS. He's trying to fight. Envy, Notorious. They're both dropping. Notorious big time, both dead. Fatal balls away, but Grinaldo is chasing the ball with all his remnants. Now it's the real Haunt this time. Nara comes on in for Fatal. Fatal's duking, but no. The slight chains from long range. Down goes Storm. Now Envy. Man fights with Grinaldo. Grinaldo goes down. It's a 3 for 2, and it's the Beast and Envy looking for more. Nara, though, is TPing, and supports are running away, so it ends up being a 3 for 2 once again in Pizza Happy Meal's favor.
This Tiny is always going to be a problem, but I think whichever team gets BKBs first, the game is over. You can't fight into BKB as either team.
Yep. I mean, I think with the Spectre's team, you can kite the BKBs out more effectively.
Yeah, but at least for the Slardar, which is what he's working on now. But for the Tiny, the Storm, and especially for the Tiny and Storm, without BKBs, you have no game.
Yep.
I just want to point out again, the Rubik last game was insane, and then this game Is there even a Rubik in this game?
Sad.
Unfortunately, not the same abilities to steal. We've seen some Ice Path deals. We had a fantastic 3-man Rubik Ice Path earlier, but it's not the same.
Yeah, he dies really quickly to the Spectre and the
to the Ember, the Spectre. You die to all the cores, and there's worse spells to steal. Even has a casual fluffy hat on the Rubik.
Very cool.
Very cool. Maybe the thought was going Force Staff originally, then decided, you know what? I think Invis is the only thing that's going to save me. Force the Ember to carry dust.
Well, we see Venmancer is building a wall mid lane, ensuring that Radiant cannot take the mid T1 easily. It's a large perimeter of Plague Wards, one at the each river entrance, and then a large contingent at the lane area here. And we saw the Beast walk up briefly and immediately walk away from that one.
Yeah, it's 27 minutes in, and they still have their tier 1 mid. That's super good. And I think, like we mentioned in the draft, they don't have any good ward hitters. You don't want to be hitting it on Tiny. You don't want to hit it on any of these heroes, except for maybe the Snapfire with Lil Shredder. But otherwise, you really don't want to be hitting wards. Look at Slardar farming so aggressively.
He's in the Radiant side jungle, like, you know what? I'm here. I have my Spectre down here. We're good.
No BKB farming the camp closest to their base. That's wild.
Are you saying you're a hater?
No, I'm impressed. You know, we thought the Sand King was the highest testosterone hero in the game.
He still is. He still is.
I don't know. I didn't see that level of farming.
He knows his time and his place.
He's been sort of put a he's cooled out a bit.
All right, 2-man crush from Big Time. Rubik is very dead. Shadow Step was used in the Beast. Luckily for him, he was invis, or else he'd be dead right now as well.
Spectre is very close to 25, and that is a really big game changer when it comes to the team fights.
Do you take the dispersion or the illusion damage?
The dispersion.
Got it.
Here we go. Envy destroys Jakiro in nearly one shot. Big Time crushes onto the Tiny. And now, Quesnova is there onto Envy. Envy, BKB's trying to fight. Epicenter is committed by the Beast. Now Granal's there in the backline. Notorious is dead. Fatal balls away, and Granal chases on the Fatal. Fatal is low. Now Envy's being gone on by Nera. Nera moves to the Beast. The Beast has Yules. Milas Granaldo on Fatal. Fatal keeps his way back to the Beast again. He's being crushed by Big Time. Burrows there onto Slardar. Slardar is dead. Tiny, though, loses that man fight to Ember and Spectre. He's in the grave. The Beast gets away, but Radiant are running to fight. Fatal has returned, but has no mana. It's a save, though, by Ka with the Telekinesis Shard. Radiant now must run, but ends up being a 2-for-2.
Why did the Storm TP back with no mana?
I think he was trying to save Sand King, but Sand King saved himself.
Yeah, interesting. This probably means they're going to get Roche, although no Slardar, which is their primary Roche taker.
Well, here we go again at the Roshan pit. It's time for some fun. Nera is hitting. Pops the Mantic. Ronaldo has returned. Radiant, though, are well aware of what's going on. Macro is committed. Ka steals Plague Wards, now scouting. Nera goes forward. Edis goes to Nera, and now Dire, go forward. Remedy, Nera, they're in. Ka, he's dead. And Dire chase 4 more. Remnants are searching. They see Notorious. The chains are there. Dual Breath is missed. It will not matter. Snapfire certainly in the grave. Double kill for Ronaldo on the Ember Spirit. And now for Pizza Happy Meal, they are in the driver's seat as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, well, how facetious was I being when I said 17 minutes in? Spectre has a lead.
How facetious were you being?
This is back and forth passive-aggressive banner between you two, man. All game.
Yes. XD.
It's all love. It's all love.
Nods aggressively.
Nods agrees aggressively.
All right. Let's see.
Ceremonial role picked up on the Sand King. It's not
that's
bad.
A big deal.
It's actually really good.
It's 25 might be their. This is pretty important.
Big Time's being gone on by Tiny. The lift is there. Ice Path is the response. And Big Time still alive. Shadow Step is there from Nara. Big Time dead. Straight for Ka. And now Fatal balls away. Envy. BKB's looking to fight. The Beast has arrived. Burrows there onto the Ember Spirit. Kisses are committed by Notorious looking to get Nara. Nara is low. Poison Nova is there onto Envy. Now Dire looking to chase. Grinaldo is in. Chains there onto the Sand King. And now Dire go forward. Envy dead. Haunt committed. Nara. He's in. They're trying to fight. Everybody's still alive. The Beast burrows away, but he's running out of teammates to team with. The Beast stays alive. Meanwhile, everybody dies to the tower. Now Nara's tagging tower as well. Fatal balls in from long range. Nara, the Manta style from Nara. The ball in again. Nara, he's down, but it's only the Aegis. And now it's Ember and Jakiro wailing on Storm. Ice Path. Spectre returns. The dagger. A dominating sweep for Grinaldo. And a massive team fight win once again for Pizza
So
Happy Meal.
what were the words you used to describe Nara before? Or just remind me.
Bonafide stud.
Yeah, because I think that's he gets dialed up, said, "Can you stand in for us?" And he's like, "Sure thing."
Beast is in danger. He's being lifted back by Ka, however, getting him away from the danger. Once again, Ka steals Ice Path.
Yeah.
Good steal you can get, but as Steel will now save your tier 2 tower mid lane. Now, Big Time tried for the Beast. It was a little short in the blink cover, so there was no blink crush in time.
Can Slardar just finish his BKB, please?
No.
Do not have it.
He's the first hero to die every team fight, and it keeps putting. He's always like 100 gold away and gets pushed back every team fight. And he'd live every time too. Also, interesting enough, the Slardar did end up getting the Echo Saber.
If he wanted BKB that badly, he would have disassembled it a while ago and not bought the Ogre X.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not in a rush. He'll get it whenever he gets it.
Yeah.
Bertrix there on the Slardar. Income stolen Ice Path and the Vortex there on the Slardar. Slardar will go down, but now Dire
And gold away.
The BKB from Storm. Dire look to engage, and meanwhile it's Ember in the backlines being gone on by Envy.
No.
The stolen Ice Path once again. Grinaldo's dead. Now Fatal balls on Smaui. Smaui goes down, and Dire
BKB.
they slink away.
I'm getting triggered.
Oh no.
Remember when I said he keeps dying when he's like less than 100 gold away from BKB?
He doesn't need it. Don't worry. He doesn't need a BKB. He'll be fine.
It's like the third or fourth time I've seen this.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Gets his whole team killed.
one of the reasons I don't like Slardar is I don't like playing offlaners that build BKB. That's like a must-buy, and he is definitely a must-buy BKB offlaner.
You need it.
It's
The only way you get the
play
second
both Batrider and Mars?
I don't build BKB on them.
Yeah,
You should, though.
He doesn't build it.
I don't build BKB on them 100% of games. I build it
Oh,
50
DD
to
fight.
70.
Well, they find Nara with the Yules. Kisses are committed. The Orchid is there
Oh,
onto
good
the Beast,
Orchid.
preventing that burrow for now. Ice Path, the stolen Ice Path to use once again. Lift into the air as well onto Nara. Envy. The break is there. He'll now manage the burrows there from the Beast. Down goes Nara. The godlike streak, it's taken. And Radiance pursue for more. Big time BKBs crushes there on the two, but he's just so low. Poison Nova's there onto, I believe, all 5. But Remedy's now on the run. Notorious dead. Dire, move to Envy. Envy, though, has BKB, looking to fight. Big time goes down to the Beast, as does Smaui to Envy. And Envy just does so much damage. It is a full 5-man wipe.
That
Wow.
was dead from before. Just
Yeah.
It counts. It counts.
This
I like saying
makes
that.
me really sad. I'm not gonna lie. This game was like completely firmly won.
Is he gonna die? No, he's
So
not.
Yule Scepter
Nah.
from the Beast both started the fight and ended the fight. I mean, he saved 2 scenes with that Yules.
Would
Great
you describe Yules as a high testosterone item?
The way he blinks in, aggressively uses the enemy carry. Yeah, that's high testosterone. I'm hearing no slander for this man.
Okay.
No slander.
Would you say Lotus Orb is a high testosterone item?
Listen, you
Pipe?
see, Spectre is using Orchid, wants to disengage. Pop Lotus on
Lotus
yourself.
Pipe.
Burrow Strike in. That's absolutely alpha, man. That's absolutely alpha.
This is the best meme.
You guys take it to me. I am fully serious right now. I am not pretending.
I'm probably the least
Maui?
offlaner.
Yes, Maui is very, very dead right now.
Ay, can you just keep 5 people alive at once?
No.
You should hear our comms. I'm like, can we just like not do anything in this lane for 5 minutes? I'll hit my timing. Then
Meanwhile, I'm
fuck
like,
them up.
can we kill them already?
Yeah.
Dire, they see Rubik, Ronaldo.
Oh,
Remnant's actually into
catch.
Ka, but it may be a bad catch. Ka is
Nice.
dead, but Dire are collapsing. They've been in. Wait, where did Tiny go?
That's what I want to see from Dire.
Okay,
That
I thought
was
Envy was
bread and
going
butter.
for it still.
That's what got them this far. You just keep one-shotting the Rubik all game. I just hope that the Ember, the past few team fights have been a little tricky because the Ember keeps chasing the Storm. But I think if they just stay together and play around the Spectre, they should have, and the Slardar, they should have more than enough damage and control to kill all their heroes. But if they get split up like they have been lately...
Well, they go in on the Fatalist top lane. The Orchid is there. Fatalist TPing. The Gleipnir is used by Grinaldo. Down goes Fatal.
What's the Roche timer currently? 40 seconds. Potentially.
Potentially. On average, 2 minutes 10, so we have a while to go.
We'll see what happens, because they could pick up the Roche during the Storm Death.
That would be a very big grab there for the side of the Dire, of course. Envy, though, comes on in, finds Big Time. The break, the Avalanche, the toss, the Burrow are all there. Big Time's still alive. He BKBs and crushes, now runs away. Dire engaged. Big Time's still dead. Envy man fights. In comes Haunt to backlines Nara. Look for some big kills. Cancels the kisses. Now Grinaldo is there without the remnant. Fatal has fallen back into the fight. Nara is being gone on right now by Envy and Fatal. Nara taking so much damage. Nara, he's so low. The Beast blinks away. Nara goes down. Grinaldo, remnants in, finds the Beast, but he may be in danger. The Remnant, dot his burrow. A fantastic Remnant, but he's out of charges. They know where he is. He is very deep in the Radiant side base. It's a 4v1. Grinaldo will certainly lose that one. It's a double kill for Fatal. A very costly defense. 3 buybacks used, but a very heavily won fight by 5 dudes.
I'm surprised the tower took like almost 0 damage. Oh, they see the Jakiro.
And they want Jakiro. Fatal is out of mana. He
They
might.
have a Q on
the burrow misses, but it's into the Yules, the aggressive Yules. Sandstorm committed with Smaui. He forces and glimmers. He gets away.
I think you just macro this wave, right?
And Roshan, it's an early spawn.
Oh no.
It's an early spawn on Roshan. Terrible for Pizza Happy Meal. Very fortuitous for the 5 above-average dudes.
What a disaster for Dire.
And it's on their buyback cooldown Storm Spirit as well. That's quite I mean, it's literally perfect.
I wonder if the play there was not even to go high ground, because the potential was there for the early Roshan, as we talked about. Now this Tiny is a hero, and is no longer dying to the Venom ulti.
He's still dying to the Venom ulti, but he's not dying to anything else.
Yeah.
He's dying to only Venom ulti.
That's the power of this Blink Hags. You can always hit it, and it's just so much damage.
He has Satanic now, so...
Yeah, that's the issue. You have Satanic, you have BKB.
Here we go. Ball on in for Big Time. Vortex is there. Ice Path is trying to defend. Big Time is in severe danger. Shadow Step is there. Big Time still goes down. The kisses are on in. Radiant, though, are on the run. Grinaldo is the one who's in. He remnants out, and the Stolen Ice Path does not catch him.
The Slaughter is making the game so difficult. I'm sorry. I'll be the one to say it.
And they've smoked and left. They want nothing more to do with the Dire side high ground.
I mean, they have Venom. It's a hard high ground.
It does have to happen eventually, though. It's not going to get any easier.
True, but I think Tiny, even at this point, you're chunking down towers.
He just needs to have like the opportunity to hit it without the enemy support being there. Mostly the Venom.
You can catch the Venom with the Storm, and I think more importantly,
I think they want to.
You can push more than one lane at a time.
Yeah,
which is what I think they should probably do. Alright, as long as the Slardar isn't the first hero to die immediately, they can actually control these heroes, I think. Because the minus 20 armor is pretty important.
We're seeing some big neutral item pickups by both teams. Let's see what we've got for Radiance. Cool items. We're seeing right now Timeless Relic on the Rubik, Ninja Gear on the Tiny, Ascetics Cap on the Rubik. Meanwhile, Dire are still getting theirs, but there's a burst right there on the Slardar bottom lane. Oh god,
no.
he BKBs, but he's still on the run. Radiance pursue, but the BKB appears to be enough. In comes Fatal, balling from long range. Big time, blinks, ults, tries to go on with the crush on the Fatal. Fatal is unlocked. There, down goes Fatal, lose the Aegis. Radiant, go to Jakiro, will bring that man down, but it's still a pretty even fight so far. Ice Path comes in, stolen by Cut on a Spectre. Spectre, the target, he's broken by Envy. They go in, the Burrow, the Epi, can they kill? No, Spectre still alive. BKB fighting, Poison Nova's there on everybody. Cut is dead, and Radiant are beginning to lose a lot of HP and a lot of heroes. Grinaldo goes in falling, but cannot kill the Torres. The Torres TPs, Nara TPs, Remedy dies, and Envy is being kited around for now, but Grinaldo's doing so much damage. Nara and Big Time want to return. The Beast dead. Envy on the run. And Envy, they see he's there. They have corrosive haze. He's kited. He's trying to heal. He cannot heal. He is dead.
Envy was actually out but walked into the ward.
Well, yeah, it's a 50% if he walks.
Could have walked up, lives, walks, yeah.
Yeah, because the other sentry won't see him. Yeah, I mean, I think the Spectre Tiny matchup is weird because also did you see
the break is so good.
He missed the toss on the what's it called, the Spectre.
Spectre, yeah.
If he gets the toss, I think they wipe them there.
Yeah, it was a super close fight because the Spectre was broken, got super low, but was able to go back to base and then Shadow step back in.
Now the Slardar has a Ascetics Cap, so he'll be much harder to pick off randomly.
But you saw the Slardar lived, and they were able to turn it.
Yeah.
But without the Slardar living there, I highly doubt they can get rid of even one life on the Storm.
I would agree.
Slardar is living them. We saw it there. It takes very little time for Slardar with the amp and the bashes and the crush just to bring down one life on Storm, and now Storm has no longer an Aegis, so it's hard to do that anymore.
Exactly. You're right. This Ascetics Cap is extremely good for the Slardar here. Especially given
he's been the priority target every fight.
I mean, there's a reason he's lower level than the Veno, or was lower level until that team fight.
I mean, I do think both teams have the late game tools to win it.
Oh, 100%. Tiny is still Tiny.
Yeah, he just has enough damage to go over the top of the Spectre. She's more like a controlling carry than necessarily. I mean, she does do a ton of damage, but.
Dispersion is really good against what Tiny's shipping, but the Silver Edge is what I think tips it over the edge.
It's two very different style of carries, though, where like Spectre's a lot of split damage, while Tiny's mostly a single target damage carry.
Yeah,
obviously he has the cleave, so he can do split damage, but it's mostly.
It depends on them being right next to each other.
Yeah,
it's not reliable at all.
Yeah,
whereas Dispersion's pretty big AOE.
I kind of wish the Tiny goes for like a Swift link.
That's what he's going.
Yeah, I think he's going AC.
Oh, he had it queued up. Never mind.
He's got a buff.
I think that's what you replace Boots with.
No problem. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think you replace the Boots with the Swift Blink, especially since you already have the Ninja Gear move speed. Ninja Gear, really good item against Veno because you can get through the wards.
Well, here we go. It's once again 5 dudes leaving their base with a 4-man smoke. Tiny.
I think Dire learned their lesson, and they're just slowing it down. They're going to wait for the Roche. They're not going to get wiped on the high ground again. I think that's the plan. They're playing as 4. The Spectre's pushing out another lane. They're not really giving them the opportunity to come back in this game, which is the right way to play it, I think.
Especially in an elimination game.
Exactly.
They've waited mid lane for a long time. They found Big Time. The Epi, the Burrow, the kill. Big Time in the grave. And Radiant sure as hell want more.
I really don't get it.
He balls in looking for Remedy, but cannot find that one. But
That was
Radiant, they
probably
know where they're
like-
going.
That was probably a minute of not showing on the wave.
Yeah.
Now, Shadow Step comes in. Nera wants to engage. Grinaldo's on Fatal. Fatal's low on mana. Remedy is there. Fatal goes down. Meanwhile, Envy goes to Remedy. Poison Nova is there onto, I believe, 3. BKB's popped by Envy. Remedy dead. Now everyone is returning to the fight. Fatal has bought back and returned. Notorious dead. Ka dead. Grinaldo going in. Ice Path there on 2. Fatal. BKB's tries to fight, but Envy. Satanics, he's rooted, he cannot hit anything, he cannot lifesteal, he's trying his hardest, but Nera is in. Ice Path once again used, down goes Envy, the beast, he burrows, but he is in severe danger. Ka, his Ice Path once again stones on 1 as well, but Nera is in. Meanwhile, Storm is being going on back to the Sand King, he's being going on by 3, burrows there on a 2, but he's dead at his own tri-camp, almost takes Jakiro with him. But in the very end, it's still Slardar hunting 4 more, as well as Nera. They will not find Envy. But Dire triumphantly win the fight.
Storm, Tiny both bought back, so if they die, the game ends.
Yeah.
They're going.
Balls in, looking for Nera. The Vortex is there. Is there Envy? Yes, there is. The break, the avalanche, the burrow. Nera,
What?
he's now dead.
What? Why'd they let him die?
Think they thought he was out. He was not out.
He was not out.
Is Roche coming up?
1 minute, potentially.
1 minute and 8 seconds when we'll be alive.
Yeah.
Now Envy the Beast, they find big time. The Hex, the Burrow, the Break, the Avalanche. The Toss will be there. Crush is there though on a 2. Big time still goes down. He has no buyback. Meanwhile, Grinaldo looks for the back lines.
Oh,
Tries to Fatal's TPs. Now
almost
Nera is
missed the
in.
buyback.
Orchids onto the Beast. The Beast has his Yules. He's trying to stay alive now. Blink away from the danger. Burrow is there, but Grinaldo is chasing. Grinaldo wants Light Chains, and he hits it. Dagger comes in. The Beast hexes onto the Ember, but Dire nowhere to Sand King. It's a 1v3 for Sand King. Epi is committed. Fatal balls in. Vortex there on 2. The turn is their Epi. At long last, it's there. Looking for Nera. Ice Path there on Sand King. Sand King will go down. So dieback on him. Now Grinaldo balls for more. Looking for big kills. His BKB is over, but he's still hunting. Fatal is actually out of mana. In comes Grinaldo once again. Nera, Shadow Steps, and Manta's Envy. Avalanche tries to fight. Vortex there on 2. Fatal, low. Nera, low. Who dies? Nera is forced. Now, Grinaldo, he dives heavily. Fatal, so low. Grinaldo being turned on. Poison Nova used. Nera still alive. Macro committed. Notorious dead. Envy taking a lot of damage. The Shadow Step, the Remnant. Envy goes down. That's a dieback on Tiny.
No.
That's
That's
GG.
3 heroes dead with no buyback.
That's gotta be GG.
It's just so hard now.
That was a crazy fight.
Grinaldo even kills the courier.
I mean that Spectre used his buyback. He was very close to being dying, and if he dies and the Tiny gets out, I think they're definitely back in the game already.
Oh, 100%.
Fatal balls in, tries his best. He is delaying.
And he was probably what, like 200, 300 HP, something like quite low, like 1 or 2 right clicks.
But the same can be said about the Storm. The Storm was certainly dead in the top lane.
Yeah, no, that's why that fight was so crazy. I mean, now they're just gonna lose all their buildings to Jakiro.
Yeah.
It's already top racks gone. He will go for a second set as well as that mid set of barracks. Snapfire
probably
responds,
Megas
but no
here.
Sand King for 30, no Tiny for 60.
Yeah. I think they could have ended, but they'll probably get Mega since, as you mentioned, it's an elimination game.
And it's looking a lot like we're going to be going to game number 3.
You love to see it.
Nera has grabbed the tower. Dire are going in. Fatal balls in. Vortex is on to 2, but he's caught by Gleipnir. Now BKB's Ice Path comes in, does not hit. Big Time comes in, dashes, crushes, but it's no kill on Fatal. Remedy goes down, banks against it, but Grinaldo is in. The chains are there. Now in comes the Beast. Burrow Epi onto Nera, but Nera's still alive. And meanwhile, it's Grinaldo on the run. Fatal balls in. Once again looking for Nera. Nera is Hex. Nera is a Vortex there on 2, but Nera's still alive. Nera now dead, as is Smaui.
no.
Burrow comes in out of slaughter. Grinaldo focuses for Megas. He BKBs. He hits. Can he get the Megas? Probably
Megas,
not. And the glyph,
Grinaldo.
it's there. It delays. Grinaldo now must leave. He'll slide a fist. He'll almost kill Ka. Ka gets away. Meanwhile, it's the Beast. going on big time. As Fatal goes for Grinaldo. It's Spirit on Spirit and Sand King on
No mana on
Slardar.
Storm.
Chains come in onto the Storm, and now big time is burrowed. Big time will go down here. He'll crush. And it'll tempt the run, but it will not work. In comes Envy. Down goes big time. Radiant defend their base.
That's EX for me. Honestly, impressive hold. I think they got a little carried away going for kills when half the team was hitting buildings and the other half was diving. I think they just needed to do one or the other.
Let's check buyback status.
Yeah, they have buyback on everyone with the Spectre.
Yeah. They have a double damage shiny. I think they're getting some probably mid-racks here.
I think I wonder what would have happened if the Vano bought back immediately after dying and just went bottom.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's pretty important in terms of dealing with Tiny.
Now it's ready, attempting the high ground. Hex into Burrow, into absolutely zero follow-up. Now in comes Lift, but the Yules comes out from somebody. In comes Cookie onto the Ember. In comes Remedy, the 4-man Poison Nova. Grinaldo gets away. Remedy will die from that one.
Buyback.
Remedy has buyback. Grinaldo comes in, doing
Envy
damage. Dire defend. The Remnants, Notorious dead. Grinaldo in. Down goes Cut. Envy kills Smaui. Meanwhile, it's Envy with Satanic trying to fight. Hex comes in on Grinaldo. Beast though is low. The Beast should go down. The Beast is still out. Envy now goes down. Envy, no buyback. Fatal, he's fighting, but Fatal, BKBs, TPs, gets away. And now it is Dire. In the 5v3, the two heroes dead, Tiny and Rubik, both no buyback.
So, if you were wondering where the Storm was buying a Meteor Hammer and then spending all his mana trying to get to the fight.
Ooh.
Yeah. Awkward.
How long has he had this Meteor Hammer for?
He just picked it up now to end the game and then zipped all his mana up until like the tier 3 tower area, but the team was fighting under tier 4s, and then he had no mana to fight.
I saw him with a Shivas in quick buy. I think the Shivas would have made sense, but
yeah, I think so too. But I think they were on. We're ending the game right now.
Yeah.
All right, Aegis goes to Nera.
Cheese?
Professor goes to Grinaldo. Cheese goes to absolutely nobody. Correction to Grinaldo. Okay. And now it is a very easy high ground, potentially, for Dire. They have many more lives, and Tiny's down for 25. It should be Megas, but the Beast, with that 40% slow and blind talent, will attempt to stop that one. Big Time, the man, leads the way, goes for Range Racks. Fatal, Vortex is there under 1, but Big Time is still finally at a Cedix cap. The Range Rack under duress. Grinaldo has the Remnants looking to harass, break those Blink daggers. Grinaldo and Big Time hit the racks, and they're as well. Range is dead, Melissa joined them. Ice Path and Gleipnir are there under 1, but Cuz saves the Beast for now. Grinaldo, he zones. The racks, they're dead. And now Envy has returned. It's the 5v5. They smoke. They Vortex on 3. Where's the follow-up? In comes the Storm Attack. They're on 3. Into Avalanche. Into MP. My lord! It's huge damage! The Aegis, it's gone! Spectre returns. The Nova, it's there on 3. Can they get Nera twice? He's stunned. He's burrowed. He's low. He's dead! A huge kill! Grinaldo, he's in. But Fatal has bought back. Minus Grinaldo. He's a back on Ember. Venom on the run. Big Time in. Notorious down. Envy. Hey, man fights. It's huge. Fatal. Ultra kill. Goes to Big Time. Big Time on the run with the BKB trying to go in. Ice Path. It's there again. Fatal. He's in. No rampage. But a huge full 5-man wipe. And 5 dudes will be going to the playoffs.
They literally just lost.
They did just... What the fuck just happened?
This is why you get megas and you back. You don't get megas and then you fight. Otherwise, you just should enter the game. As soon as the Storm Ags pulled them in, and I saw the tiny like silver edging in, I was like, oh no.
This could be real bad real quick.
Yeah, no, it's literally over.
There's no buybacks. They're using the courier, but it's not gonna work. The Meteor Hammer, it's in. It is foot on the throat. They know what time it is. Dire. They have Nera. He's bought back. His buyback just came up.
I don't think he does anything alone, though.
This is where you start all chatting for them to stop hitting buildings.
It's not going to work. Tiny. It's just so much damage. And it's over. 5 dudes will be going to the playoffs.
I was looking forward to the third game, but unfortunately, it never came.
Oh, oof.
That was hard to watch.
I got a message asking if I could have subbed for them if it went to the third game, and I was like, no way they let me sub. Oh boy. Well, that was an exciting game. I thought I was going to third series.
It was an exciting game too, for sure.
Holy shit.
They made him work for it.
It's the chain stun there from Radiant was just so intense.
Devastated. Yeah.
It's the lapse in positioning from Dire at that retreat there. It's not what they needed.
It's we got megas, the game's over, hands off keyboard. Oh wait, we all died.
And they made it as hard of a game as possible for Rubric. They gave him one good spell to steal. That one spell, the Vortex, the 3-man stolen Ice Path.
Yeah.
That predicates the game-turning fight. Down to megas. Back against the wall. No game 3. Ow.
So are they locked playoffs now for
okay. Unless Gregory and the Cool Kids 2-0 first team all cursed, then it's locked up. If for some reason first team all cursed lose 0-2 to Gregory and the Cool Kids, then we're not done yet.
And that could happen.
That could happen. Wow. That was quite the series.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, Hobbes, who do we blame for that one?
Not on stream.
Not on stream?
All right, boys. Do you have any final analysis for us before I go into my outro?
No.
Right. Thanks for having us. It's a good game, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun too. That's my analysis.
Actually, I'm gonna drag the beast in here.
Get him in here.
Ask him about the phase boots.
But before I go into my interview, Hobbes, do you have any final words, call-outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/BadgerPablo?
I'd like to thank Kbrk for joining me, and I'd like to thank you for inviting me last minute.
All right, then. Same question for you, Kbrk. Any final words, calls, shouts to say to the people?
Thank you for inviting me, and I can't wait to see what they do in the playoffs.
Now we've gotten the final words from you two. We're being joined by the triumphant offlaner himself. It is the Beast of US.
What's up, Badger?
Congratulations.
Oh man, that was a game.
I know.
Fatal's final pull, down by the bottom racks. That was absurd. Into the chain stun on 3 people. Epicenter got Ice Path on Ka. That was really well played. I think Envy really stepped up that game. He did a great job on Carry Tiny. In a Veno too, like in Ember, it was a tough one, but he put in the work, and at the end of the day, he hit him. He just hit. And I love that first GG push, before we actually made the GG push. We ended up having a Meteor Hammer on our Storm and on our Rubik. And when we all died, we had Fatal. He had to buy an item or else the game would end, so he just bought another Sanjin Kai, even though it doesn't stack at all. It was pretty much just an Ogre club. But man, the teamwork that game, I was really happy to be playing with the guys. So
I'm just impressed. That was a very wild game too. It was back and forth constantly. It was at the exact moment it felt like you guys were down and out. They got the megas. They were on the retreat. This is the the 3-man stolen ice path, the vortex, the avalanche, the burrow, the epi, just the symphony of spells. It's just so beautiful. I fucking love Dota, man. That was great.
Yeah, that was a terrific game. That's a once in a season kind of game. So
Wow, it was quite the comeback at the end. Someone, wasn't me, said the game was over at 17 minutes.
It wasn't me, you know that much. You know I would never count you out.
Would you agree that this game was a throw?
Oh no, Name. Also, we have not to be another Debbie Downer, but we have a question. We were looking at the Phase Boot Sand King. This was a conversation topic.
Sure. What about it?
What's the thought process behind it?
I want armor. I want damage. It's really good with chasing. Because people tend to go Tranks on Sand King, and that's good and all. I buy phase boots nearly every game on Sand King, and that's just because a lot of the times in fights, I find myself being the thing that's keeping someone from blinking out, just attacking someone with the slow from Caustic. Having the phase boots really helps with that chase and securing kills. You saw that, like in the fight bottom, when I was chasing the Slardar that whole time, he would have just blinked out if I didn't have phase boots. And a lot of the Sand King gameplay just revolves around like sitting in Sandstorm and just sort of baiting people to go on you, the way I play it at least. And having the phase boots, the extra armor, it makes a huge difference in just being able to run around Sandstorm and keep him in it while not taking hits.
Got it.
Yeah, it works for me.
I would have never expected that was a thing you did more than one game. I thought you were like, Slardar, need phase. But that's interesting.
No, I buy phase every game on Sand.
Oh my
Sand
word,
King.
that is... You are truly a Chad.
Simply too base, my friend.
You know, but different strokes for different folks. I know people who do really well with other stuff on Sand King. It's a really, really modular hero, I would say. So
Yeah,
you can...
it's interesting. I was just curious. No flame here. The flamey one is Mr. Name.
Yeah.
All right then, let's
Name.
not do some flaming on the stream. Let's any more questions for our exalted guest, the Beast here, before we send him off?
At what point did you think? So like, you guys had an epic comeback.
Sure.
At what point did you feel like you had the best chance to win the game, except when you were pushing it down at the end? Like, was there any other point where you were like, "Yeah, we got this"?
Yeah, it was right before the first time that we pushed and we ended up getting those racks. We ended up getting the dieback on Spectre. And so we were already in mode just like go ancient. Like we bought a Dezo meteor hammer. I honestly thought that we were gonna come out on top on that first one. I just didn't we didn't expect the double support buybacks with the Ember. And yeah, I don't know. I think that like in comms we were kind of split between just like ending and like taking out the heroes that were there. And so I guess that was a little bit of a miscommunication on our part. We might have been able to end it there. But you know, it all worked out in the end.
That showed some definite fortitude. It's hard to stay that positive for so long. I don't know if you knew this, but you were like the most farm hero on the map for quite a bit of time that game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's not super surprising. I was just sort of posting up in the bottom lane for like 15 minutes. I got some good kills, so it makes sense. I was like level 14 at 16 minutes on Sand King. It felt pretty good that game, but at the end of the day, like I floated the idea of buying a Radiance to my team, but I just ended up going classic Blink Pipe. Just make sure that Envy has a good game, buy him a Lotus.
The sheep was really clutch at certain points.
Yeah, I was I buy that item when in the ultra late game. I buy it on every offlaner. I buy it on Mars, on Slardar, Sanking, I mean, just like literally any hero on +3, it's too good to not buy.
It's the best late game item in Dota.
I would say so.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up, boys. I've already got my outro for you two, but The Beast, thank you for joining us. Do you have any final words, call-outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/Badger Pablo?
Keep an eye on us in playoffs. You might be surprised.
I look forward. You know I'll be there.
All right. Thanks, boys.
But thank you to the viewers for tuning in for this 2-0 victory for 5 above-average dudes over Pizza Happy Meal and the Tiebreaker Best of 3. My name is Badger. If you want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, contact me over on Discord as Badger5713 or on Twitter. It's twitter.com/BadgerDota2. But yeah, I mean, thank you for watching, and as always, have a great night.